opportunity to say at the microphone why I don't think we need 5,000 more illiterate peasants in Colorado.
That's Bruce. You are no longer recognized in the well. How dare you?
That's Kathleen Perry admonishing the Representative Douglas Bruce during the debate, Colorado legislature. Reaction has come from all over, so let's get him on the air and talk about it. Welcome to the Johnny Ken Show. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing fine.
We have no problem with your comments.
That's fine. Let me just tell you that since I made that statement, I've received about 750 emails, 95% favorable, and the other 5% basically vulgar, and over 100 phone calls, also well over 90% favorable.
Well, you told the truth, and when you tell the truth about sensitive issues, people, I mean, did you hear the gasps?
Oh, I know. Well, of course I heard it. I was there. And it was all from the Democrats who said, just like Kathleen Curry said, by implication, can he say that? Yeah, well, I can say it because it's true. And the people here in our legislature, I don't know about this elsewhere, but I can suspect, politicians don't tell the truth. And I'm up here as a volunteer. I turn all my salary over to charity, and I just tell people the truth. And I said I would go up there to be a whistleblower. And this is only one of many scandals you can read about at DouglasBruce.com that go on in the legislature.
So when you said that and you heard the gasps, what went through your mind?
I said, good, I got their attention. Even though they weren't going to allow me, and you only did an excerpt, there was about 3 minutes before where I kept trying to read my prepared statement, and I kept getting interrupted.
We played the full tape earlier in the show.
Okay, well,
it's very funny. The whole thing is funny.
Well, I was beginning by being sarcastic about how people were coming up to me and saying, gee, we need longer lines in emergency rooms, and we need to have more of our money being exported to other countries, and on. Yeah, we don't have enough overcrowding in our jails, and we don't have enough people.
Well, I wanted you to know that these were going to be legal workers coming here temporarily. Of course, they're going to go right back to Mexico.
That was one of the points that I wasn't allowed to make, is how with 10 to 20 million examples of how wrong they've been, you'd think that the message would sink in, that the system isn't working.
They even objected to using the word Mexican to describe the...
and like I said, I didn't use that word. The original story that went out in the wire service, first it called me a congressman, which is amusing.
I did see that.
And second, it said I was criticizing Mexicans. I didn't say anything about Mexicans. The sponsor of the bill, in discussing the bill, said, they will return to Mexico. And then she later admitted, well, it doesn't say what country they're coming from. And I don't care what country they're coming from. I would object to having 5,000 more people from Sweden or China coming over here as helpless people to do manual labor in the hopes that they would turn around and leave in 2 months.
And probably they wouldn't leave.
That's my expectation for a large enough number to make it worth commenting on.
So, is there a real shortage of farm workers in the state?
Well, they say there is, but it's all a matter of supply and demand. They may have to pay $15 an hour for something that's unpleasant. But if that's the going rate, this argument can be used not just for agriculture. Next year it can be used for manufacturing. The year after it can be used for home construction. The year after, and just like we're overly dependent on foreign oil, we'll be overly dependent on foreign labor.
Well, that's what we already have here in Southern California. All those job categories you mentioned are already overpopulated with illegal alien workers working cheap. They're working in factories in large numbers. They're working in construction in large numbers.
And the American citizens have the luxury of not doing that work because of our overly generous welfare state system that pays people about $13 to $15 an hour for not working. So they can get free food stamps, they can get housing, they can get medical coverage, and well, when you get enough of those basic needs, why work?
Yeah, so now what I'm interested in is, I heard all the shocked gasps on the tape. How did they treat you afterwards? I mean, were they really shocked that you said that, or you said it publicly?
No, I've said a number of shocking things. I have confronted them, for example, again, going to my website, with the fact that for 75 years they've been putting an emergency declaration on over 30,000 laws that prevents people from having the right to petition to disagree with the legislature. And for 60 years, it was every single bill for 60 years, and now, before I got here, we humiliated them down to only lying 80% of the time. The year that I arrived here in January, just 3 months ago, I've got them now down to about lying only 50% of the time about false declarations of emergency.
So they declare emergency so that what?
So that the citizens cannot do a petition to disagree with them. You've heard of initiative and a referendum.
Oh, I see.
An initiative is to create a law. A referendum is to refer to the voters a law that was passed. So these people, they're always stunned by my telling the truth, and they're trying to think of ways to isolate me and punish me and so on. But when I get 95% of 750 emails across the country saying, "Thank you, God bless you, keep on telling the truth," and so on, that's very encouraging.
And are they seriously thinking about trying to punish you somehow?
They can't punish me. They know how stupid they would look to say, how dare you tell the truth? I was expressing my opinion. I said, I don't want that. Now, how can they criticize me for saying what I don't want?
Well, you were describing what they are. Illiterate means you can't read and write.
Right.
Peasants are people who work in farms.
That's right.
So that's what they
I
were.
looked at it in the dictionary right after they said how horrible it was. They wanted me to be politically correct, and I'm the kind of guy that calls a spade instead of calling it a manually administered soil excavation application.
And they're outsourcing most of the jobs. It should be about love of people, not exploiting people for the benefit of corporate America.
Well, Beck is a mess. People over there are arguing about whose traffic sign was on top, the one in English or the one in French. And I think that I remember when coming to America, people came here because they wanted to be part of America. They wanted to not necessarily fit in or blend in, but they wanted to respect, what's called the American way of life. And that means in part speaking English. It means having an American flag in your house, not a flag of a foreign country, and not having dual or conflicting loyalties.
We talked about your story earlier in the show, and our local newspapers, you're familiar with the LA Times, we had a story yesterday, which we call From the Stupid Desk and the News of the Obvious Desk, that with importing all these illegal aliens into the United States, well, what are we going to do in 20 years when we don't have people who can become software engineers? As you said, they're illiterate peasants. They're not going to transfer to these tech jobs overnight.
Right, and that's the reason that I stress that. We do have, I think it's called an H-1B program, where if somebody is from East India or Pakistan or something, and they have a degree in computer engineering or something, some field that we seemingly don't ever get enough of, they can come here and work either temporarily or get a visa, and they are not the people who are clogging up the emergency rooms and the jails and the traffic courts and all the other problems that occur when, and I would probably be a basket case if I was dropped in the middle of China. I wouldn't know what to do.
Exactly. Well, Douglas, you're absolutely right, and it was very entertaining. Thanks for coming on with us.